Alan is our program chair, and he is the person that does one of the hardest jobs in the club. So, as part of the Ubiquity Robotics project, I've been evaluating a lot of platforms to run ROS on. And I guess we started off with Raspberry Pi, and that proved to be a little underpowered. We're currently using BeagleBone Black, but we're continuously evaluating new platforms. So this is Panda board, and I don't know, the reviews on this are mixed in the club. Ralph and Dillo love them, Osmond hates them. So since I respect all those people, it's still, I guess it's 60 to 40 running pro, but we'll continue to evaluate it. So anyway, this is running Ubuntu, and I have ROS Hydro on it, and I've already loaded some drivers successfully. So one of the drivers is the FreeNet driver to run the Connect. What I eventually want to do is have this as a miniature platform on a active robot, and to do that we need to miniaturize. So I picked up this miniature keyboard with a mouse pad, wireless, is $30. The only problem is you need to be a capuchin monkey to actually operate it, but it does work. And since I have a one-finger typing style, it's sort of, once I get to the terminal screen, I can do things like LS and stuff like that. LS, PS, and that's all I need.
And up arrow.
Finally, we can go and to our friends in the automotive industry who are putting an HDMI entertainment system so the kids don't scream when you're driving. And these are still a little expensive. I guess we source them directly. This one retails 12-volt supply is $300, so that's kind of really outside my budget mostly. And finally, we have our vision input system, and UVC camera will work, but I'm looking for more sophisticated cameras. And as depth cameras become more available, Connect now used is like 80 bucks, but as these become more frequent, you can actually have a visual navigation system for in the $200 range. That would go nice on a mobile robot. Thank you. Okay.
Hi, I'm Ted Larson. I'm and a lot of you know who I am, but for those who don't, that's my name. I am in the club. I've been in the club for, I don't know, 10, 12 years now, a long time. But I also have a company where we design interesting robotic products and consumer electronic devices. And we work with a lot of local companies in Silicon Valley on projects. And one of the projects that we're kind of excited about that we had been helping out on is a project that Google and Motorola did. Actually, it was at Motorola, but now it's come back home to Google. And it's this phone, and they just released it last week, and they unveiled it, so now we can actually talk about it. And the phone is, oh, there you go. The phone is called Project Tango, and it essentially is a phone with a depth camera in it. So it basically has kind of the equivalent capabilities of, like, imagine a phone with a 3D depth sensor in it and all the amazing things that it could do. And it turns out that Google has developed some really interesting applications, but they're also out showing off applications that were developed by third parties and partner companies. So they've got a lot of partners that have been working on this phone. But some of the more interesting things that this phone can do are it has a 3D, I guess you can see the screen, okay. It has a 3D sensing and mapping application that you can actually use to make a 3D map of a room by just walking around with it, and it'll instantly make a map. So I'm gonna, let's see. get it going. Oops, picked the wrong one. Come on.
What kind of sensor does it use?
The sensor that's in it is the current sensor that's in it now is a prime sense, but they're switching to something else. So, but it'll basically have the same capabilities. Let me see if I can get it going here. Okay, and okay. Now we're gonna. Okay, now let's see if we can. Okay, so it's starting to make a map, and I'll see if I can do it without blocking it. Okay, so you can kind of see that really well. No. You'll have to, it's too small, it's a phone. So what we'll do is, there's a really cool video online of them like walking up a stairwell and instantly ending up with a 3D map of the stairwell as it does it. Later on tonight, if you come around and you find me and the phone is still going, then I can show you a demo of it actually doing its thing. The place where we are particularly interested in is think about all of the interesting robotic applications that you could have with a phone with a depth camera in it. And so one of the demos we came up with was, we're always interested in phone applications where there's no PC involved. So in this case, we wrote a driver for Android that can control the Kabuki robot base all by itself. And then we tied the depth camera sensor in, so now we can have a robot that follows you around using the depth camera, but controls the Kabuki all in the phone. So let's see, let's fire that one out real quick. Yeah. And then the one, oh, that's the one. Is that the one? That's the one. Oh, got it. No, you got it on the wrong one. Yeah, it's got to be on this one. Sorry about that. Okay. And which one is it here? Oh, there it is, right there. No. Okay, so Brandon here. So he got the phone mounted on the robot, and he's going to basically launch the app on the phone. And then the phone basically creates a 3D scan of what's in front of it, and then looks at what's nearby and what's far away, and kind of locks onto what's nearby and tries to follow it. So as he walks away from it, it will follow him as he walks away and tries to get away from it.
Like a puppy.
It's like a puppy, yeah. Well, the name of the application is called the Ugly Duckling. So it's kind of like a bunch of ducks walking in a line. The first version of the demo that we did actually had 2 of these, and they were lined up behind each other, so they would follow each other in a row like a bunch of ducks going to a pond. So you see, as he gets close to it, it runs away from him, and then as he gets further away. Oh yeah, here we go. Why don't we just risk it on the table here for a minute? Right here. And then we also have another one here that we'll show off as well. That it has a full-blown ROS node running on it, and we can actually run ROS on the phone and then tele-op the phone from another phone or a tablet, all using ROS. So, and we have a ROS driver too that we've been working on with another company that can actually take the depth camera data and then publish it up into ROS so that you can fully visualize it and use it for doing all kinds of interesting things. Okay, here we go.
Is it showing any green?
Yeah, step forward a little bit. There you go. I don't know why it keeps avoiding you. It's in love with you.
You've got the motor wires reversed. He's got the pretty duckling loaded.
It's got the pretty duckling, yeah. Try that.
But it definitely has the back up.
It has the back
It's a
up
little
working.
camera shy.
It's very camera shy. No, it's because it's try it down a little bit. There we go.
Maybe you fed it bad pattern.
Oh, it really likes the table. Yeah, you got fed a bad battery for lunch. Oh well, we'll get it debugged and get it over on the floor there and show it out. But it's kind of hard to show something with a phone on it, but it's very cool. We'll show it along a little bit more later on so you can try it out. but it's pretty amazing what you can do with a phone with a depth camera in it. So we're pretty excited about that one.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
You work with an API to actually read the visual data.
Yeah, there's an API that you can read the visual data that Google has provided. So it's pretty darn easy to actually write software to talk to the depth camera and make it work and do its thing. Yes, you need this particular device, and based on my understanding of the way that the program's running, they have a website that you can go and you can sign up to be a developer for one of these, and if you're picked, then maybe you'll get one and be able to develop it.
I don't know, or
A company or a university. So you can't just be some individual person, but maybe you can try to get one from your company.
So can you purchase this phone from Google now?
No. It's basically a development product. They've made, I don't know, hundreds of them, and they're basically trying to seed the developer community for interesting applications for things that they could use it for that are interesting.
Is it Java or is it C++?
You can do it in both. So you can access it at both the low level, and they also have a Java level API you can use. And, go ahead. Hey.
How well does this do outside?
It seems to do somewhat okay. I mean,
Bright sunlight?
not any better than, say, the Kinect or any other
Okay.
3D sensors. So, yeah. And then also, this is not the only one in the room. I'm going to call out Alexi over here. He's got one too. They're playing with one back there. And so Alexi's a Googler, and he actually was on the hackathon team that helped write the duckling application here at Google. So that was really cool. Any other questions? Well, we'll let you get on, and then we'll just show them off later on. We're going to check them out. Just come find me.
Okay. Very good. Now it's deciding to follow Bill. There we go. Okay, if everybody could please grab a seat and sit down, and we'll get the presentation underway. Please have a seat. So while they're doing that, this is the club robot that we did last year that about 30 people took a class on. It's based on an Arduino microcontroller. And how many people here took that class? Okay, about 4 or 5 here. Okay. So anyhow, Danny's sort of taking the torch from me, and he's going to explain a little bit more.
So I have a short video on youtube.com/OZZLOY, and I can't show you because my computer doesn't have the hookups that they have. We don't have this common connector. So in lieu of that, I can show you, I can just tell you how to get to it. youtube.com/Ozloy, and there's a playlist called Challenge Bot Demo. I call it the Challenge Bot because there's a series of challenges that Wayne and other people have made for people who are just starting out making robots. And I'm doing a class at the Hacker Dojo, repeating the same thing that he did with some improvements, where you'll go from 0 programming experience and 0 hardware experience, like maybe you've never built anything like this before, and you'll build something that follows. So the way it's configured right now, it will follow if you have something in front of it. You can kind of do like a robot vendor. If anybody watches Air Vendor, no. And it follows you. It's pretty cool. So that's like a follow challenge. And then the next challenge, or another challenge, is to take these things and you point them downwards. Right now, pointed this way, they can see in front of them. And then if you point it downwards, they can see down below and whether or not they're at the edge of the table. And then they can keep themselves on top of the table. So that's the tabletop challenge and the follow challenge. And this is the challenge pod. And I'm going to be doing this class at the Hacker Dojo. Unfortunately, I only have a small room to do it in. So for fire safety reasons, I can't accept more than 10 people. But if you are interested in doing that, you can, I guess, email me at ozloy@gmail.com. OZZLOY@gmail.com. This kit is, yeah.
Kid, I have my laptop.
Oh, yeah, you can do it on that one. Cool. The kit is $65, and yeah, that's it. And maybe shortly we'll see a video up there of it doing its thing.
And so what's the
YouTube.com/OZZ.
And I will be asking them to send a mail message to the mail list so that you folks don't have to write down the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I think that was your question.
Playlist.
When is the next class?
I don't
Challenge
know
bot
if
demo.
Danny was the next class.
So I'll be doing them every other Wednesday, starting on. Good question. Like I should have had that in the announcement that I made. Wednesday, March 12th, starting then. And if you go to events.hackerdojo.com, you can see the events there. Well, actually, right now they're pending, but there's nobody else vying for the room, so it's probably going to go through. Oh, yeah. So, yep. Very quick, very short questions. Yeah.
What's the lead time on ordering and buying kits?
So in the first session, we will set up software, and I'll see how many people actually show up, and then I'll order stuff or figure out. I actually already have a bunch of kits. I taught this class just a little while ago, and I didn't announce it here. I just taught it to people at the Hacker Dojo. So I have some kits from that. So lead time is, I guess, 0 today. Any other questions? Yeah.
So are there costs other than the cost of the kit?
No. Yeah.
How many sessions would you say?
4 sessions every other week, starting Wednesday, March 12th.
Okay, no more questions back there?
Well, I just, that means the second session is going to interfere with this meeting.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Win some, you lose some.